I'm in East Java in the town of Banyuwangi, where I plan to explore the area over the next little while. I'm using Banyuwangi as a base because I think this part of Java, this part of East Java, is really accessible for those people who love to go to Bali. It's just a hop across on the ferry. And from here, there are actually a lot of really neat things to see and do. A lot of good food, a lot of good people to speak to. So today I'm going to show you around the town itself in the season of Ramadan, the season of fasting here in Java. And what's going to be interesting about that is there's a bit of a different culture that happens during the season of fasting. It's not just everyone goes and starves themselves. There's actually something really interesting about it as well, where, well, we'll explore it a little bit more today, but there's a thing called breaking the fast. It's called buka puasa in Indonesian, and it's a really important term that you'll need to know if you spend any time in Indonesia. Buka puasa means breaking the fast, and that thing usually has a lot of cultural significance and a lot of things associated with it, such as breaking the fast with other people. It's called buka bersama or bukber. Yeah, we do that, so we all get together and break the fast together. Even if you're not a Muslim, you do it as well with your Muslim friends. Bukber. There are things called tajil, which is a little like sweet dessert type thing that you have to break the fast, just to get your blood sugar going again after that big period without eating. So that's a really important one as well. And then all the other food stuff associated with Ramadan is really important as well, because when you've got nothing else to think about all day but food is on the mind all the time because you're fasting, they put a lot of effort into food during that time when you are allowed to eat. So we're going to check out that today as well. I haven't been to Banyuwangi for about 15 years, I think it is. At first sort of sight, it doesn't look too much different to what it used to look like. Well, that's interesting. Lapas. Lapas is Lembaga Pemasyarakatan. It's another name for a jail, and the reason it's interesting, oh, there we go, 1917, an old Dutch jail. Look at that one. Isn't that cool? You actually see by the styling of the old Dutch style, even an old door. Isn't that really cool? I don't reckon I can go in there. Hello, lari ya? Yes. Mau kemana? Lari ke atas? Yes. Lari balik lagi juga? No. Satu arah aja. Yeah, look at that, really cool styling. Nice. Nice for a jail, isn't it? The thing about the word Lembaga Pemasyarakatan is that it's like a softer word for jail. So there is actually a word for jail in Indonesian, which is penjara. We have that in English as well. We have jail, but we also, like, I know in a lot of countries we'll say the words correctional facility, for example, sort of trying to correct people's behaviour, or maybe a rehabilitation centre. So that really is talking about reintegrating people back into society, bringing people back into the fold, really, through rehabilitation, rather than just focusing on punitive things. I mean, that's sort of around the world we've done that, and that's why there is a different word for the jail there. There actually seems to be a few government offices around here. There's like a clinic for the police. There's not a hospital, a civil office over there. That's called Disduk Capil. If you're married to an Indonesian, you definitely would have known that place. Sometimes they even call it Kantor Catatan Sipil. It's basically a civil office for civil matters. So it's like a births, deaths and marriages office. Get all of that stuff done there, and it's one of those things you just have to do when you're in civil society here and you're starting to integrate a bit into the community. There's always something to do at a Disduk Capil. If you're just a foreigner living here, you don't have to go there, but I've certainly been there a lot of times, and sometimes like multiple times over the course of a week. As I walk along the footpath here in Banyuwangi, it's certainly not up to the standard that we expect in Bali these days, but this is certainly a better standard than you find in a lot of Indonesia, honestly. Like, often you'll just be walking in dirt along the side of the road. This is not too bad. It's a bit busted up in parts, but I mean, you get a bit of pace up. Oh, there's a church over there, nice looking church. Gereja Kristen Jawi Wetan. The churches over here in Indonesia. So there are about 30 million Christians in Indonesia, which is something that people don't often know. I certainly didn't when I first learnt that sort of statistic. Maybe more than 30, like 35 or 38 or something. But anyway, they have different branches like they do in the West as well. So it's not just like Protestant and Catholic type branches. There are different, I don't know, is it aliran, like flows, or yeah, something along those lines, like different sort of paths that people take. And in each town, you know, you would find your own little path that you like to be a part of. That's a good word, mobil janazah. That's basically a body mobile. So it's a vehicle for bodies. Janazah is like body. I don't know why they say janazah and not mayat. I don't know if that's the same word. There are two words that I know that mean corpse, but maybe one's softer and one's not so soft or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm not quite getting the feeling of those words, but there certainly is multiple words that are similar when it comes to bodies. You can actually see some of these stalls already setting up on the side of the road here. People buying a little bit of food so they can book a puasa at home. Oh, that's a nice building, isn't it? Look at that one. Beautiful, beautiful building with a beautiful garden. It looks like a cafe almost, but I don't know, it looks like could be someone's home. It is a beautiful building. I wonder who owns that one. In Bali, the way bodies are handled is a little bit differently to the way it is in the rest of Indonesia, obviously because of the Hindu traditions. I'm going to try and get across the road here and not get run over. Here we go. So you won't see those mobil janazah as much because they're not really doing the same thing that they would be in the Muslim community or the Christian communities. They'll normally have the body at home and prepare it and then burn it. Hello, how are you? Lagi apa? Oh, parfum. Lagi nongkrong. Ya.
Buka puasa.
Oh, belum ya? Belum. Ya, matahari masih lumayan tinggi.
Berapa lama di sini?
Udah 15 tahun di Indonesia. Oke, aku jalan kaki lagi ya. Mari ya. Ya. People are friendly, aren't they? Very friendly people. Yeah, getting back to that bodymobile thing. So in Balinese sort of culture, it's not like you don't have to do this, but people usually do everything at home and take the body to the beach and burn it, or to the river, or to the funeral grounds. But for the rest of society, they're normally going through a normal process of getting a vehicle to take the body to a morgue or to a hospital or what have you, then to a funeral home and that sort of thing. I mean, especially in Christian communities, it's a much more similar process to what it would be like in the West. The Muslims do things a little bit quicker because generally you need to try and have that body buried within 24 hours of death. Not always possible, but that's what generally people try to do. Often what you'll see with those bodymobiles is that they'll, oh my God, this little alleyway. That looks cool up there, doesn't it? Often what you'll find with those bodymobiles is that they'll have lights and sirens on and maybe even be escorted by police sometimes or what have you. They have a little bit more priority than in the West where we're supposed to give them respect in the West, and I think there are sometimes rules regarding not overtaking a hearse and that sort of stuff, but here in Indonesia, they usually have right of way. They'll blast through red lights and everything often. So depending on the circumstances, you can even pay the police to come and give you an escort if you want. To the funeral grounds, and that sometimes happens. If you don't pay the police, what you can do is get a group of your mates or people from the village to wave yellow flags out the front of the vehicle, and as you come through the street, everyone will pull over for you and give you right of way because they know that someone's died and the village is out escorting them to the burial grounds. It's pretty cool down here. It's the village life. Hello. Siang Pak. Oh sore Pak.
Ya sore Pak.
Ya. Lagi apa Pak?
Pulang kerja.
Pulang kerja. Kerja sebagai apa Pak?
Saya.
Ya.
Saya punya las di sini. Las.
Oh tukang las.
Bikin baker gitu.
Ah.
Oke.
Hah?
Mampir ke rumah.
Oh ya boleh.
Ayo.
di sini ya Pak?
Ini rumah saya.
Oh. Ah. Oh jadi Bapak bikin apa biasanya?
Ya saya bikin pagar.
Pagar atau kanopi.
Kanopi ya bikin ayunan.
Oh ayunan juga. Oh Bapak bikin yang ini ya. Tapi belajar di mana Pak?
Saya.
Ya.
Ya dulu punya teman. Ngajak teman.
Oh ya, boleh masuk atau enggak?
Masuk tapi kagak ada kursi. No.
Enggak apa-apa. Enggak apa-apa. Aku buka sepatu dulu ya Pak.
Oke. Iya.
Wah,
Ini ada
ya nggak apa-apa.
ada teman.
Ya. Halo Bu.
Dari mana sampean?
Aku-
Asalnya dari
Australia.
Australia.
Ya.
Dipanggil Om Mas
Kang.
Kang.
Aku dulu tinggal di Bandung.
Oh, sampean tinggal di Bandung.
Ya, jadi 12 tahun di Bandung, jadi ya panggil Kang. Papa.
Panggil Kang. Saya asli sini.
Dan dipanggil apa?
Panggil apa sini?
Om?
Panggil Mas.
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 Ya, mungkin umurnya sama saya ya.
Oh, jauh tua, saya 68.
Oh, 68.
Kelahiran 68.
Oh ya, aku 76.
Amin, gitu. Nah.
Ya. Oh, ini rumah Bapak. Ya. Ini apa?
Istri jahit.
Oh, jahit ya.
Istri jahit.
Oh, menarik. Oh, banyak alat juga di sini.
Ya, ini itu jahit, itu untuk obrek.
Boleh lihat?
Bisa dilihat.
Permisi Bu, boleh lihat ya yang mesin ini. Ya, menarik juga. Ya. Aku jalan-jalan sedikit di sini ya di sekitar sini. Udah Bapak lahir di sini?
Saya lahir di sini.
Ya, dan selalu tinggal di sini atau pernah pindah ke
Aslinya sana itu rumah induk, yang tempat las.
Oh ya.
Nah, terus rumah induk.
Ya.
Sini ada rumah.
Wow. Oke, aku mau pakai sepatu lagi Pak dan jalan kaki lah. Ya. Bapak orang Osing atau orang Jawa?
Saya orang Osing.
Oh, Osing asli. Jadi ada budaya sendiri ya?
Ya, sendiri. Besok kalau ada waktu mau bikin, tinggal lihat jelas, monggo.
Oh ya. Jam berapa mulai?
Saya buka jam 8.
Kalau lewat aku mampir ya Pak.
Ada dua teman, lewatnya dari sini bisa, lewat belakang sini bisa, lewat jalan sana bisa.
Oke, ya.
Ya sini nih, depan sini.
Oke, terima kasih Bapak. Ya, oke, mari Bu. Ya, okay, let's keep going. Really nice people invited me in just to have a look around his house, just out of nowhere. So cool. Love this place. Love the people. You know, we often talk about how Balinese people are so friendly, and it's true. Balinese people are very friendly people. But so are people from Java as well. When you come across here, you do get that real warmth, and I think it sort of transcends all religions and cultural groups here in Indonesia. The people are just so friendly all around, just nice people. Just, yeah, really love it. Hello. Like the houses around here too. Some of these are a bit old school. It's got a nice feel about it actually. Some of these gangs here in Banyuwangi. What I like about this, I mean, someone's paid attention to this at some point and painted it just to beautify it a little bit and put a nice little path in where it would have been busted up at one stage. That's just sort of houses, what your houses look like around here in this particular area. I'm noticing that a lot of the older houses have those horizontal slat windows, which I don't see so much anymore. The good thing about those is that rather than opening window, you just get those horizontal slats going, and I reckon they do a really good job. Ada pengamen, guy playing music. There's a little graveyard. Yeah, so Muslims do bury their dead, they don't do cremations, whereas Christians can do either. It's a lot more common now for Christians here to do cremations than it used to be in the past. I think that's the same in the West as well. Hello, lagi apa?
You from?
Australia, where are you from?
I am Indonesian.
Yeah, from Banyuwangi, asli.
Yes.
Right, what are you doing?
I am cleaning
Oh, bersih-bersih.
bersih-bersih.
Ah,
Berapa
do you,
lama di Indonesia?
I'm already 15 years.
Oh,
Ini kuburan lama.
kuburan lama.
Yang paling tua apa yang
Ini nih, yang Mbak Singo,
Ah.
Singo Mayan.
di tengah?
Iya, yang
Berapa lama?
waktu kami dijajah Belanda.
Oh ya, dan orang itu terkenal.
Iya terkenal
Kayak-
karena ilmunya.
Hampir seperti pahlawan.
Iya pahlawan. seperti
Wow, pahlawan.
Cuman versi masyarakat.
Ya, lokal.
Jadi, lokal.
Oh, ya. Oke, makasih ya.
Iya.
Ya. Well, there you go, another bit of history. So, during the independence wars or fights from about 1945 onwards, when the war ceased, you know, what happened was when the bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and the Japanese surrendered not long after that, Indonesia said, "We are now independent." Hello. Indonesia immediately says we're independent. And they started running the country as if they were independent. Now, of course, that's difficult to do when you don't have full control of the country because the Dutch came back. Dutch came back and actually ruled the place more or less. And but they still said, no, we are independent. And they had a sort of like a shadow government or a government in exile type arrangement. And during that time, it really stirred up a real nationalist feeling. Oh, that's really interesting down there. What's that? What is it? It looks like a traditional bathing area. That is. That's like a bath. Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. It's like a spring. It's really crystal clear water. Oh, that's mad. There is a spring. Oh, wow. Stumbled upon that too. That is crazy what you stumble upon. But that big nationalist feeling that I'm talking about during those times and before the actual Declaration of Independence is part of Indonesian culture now. It's carried through since then, and there's this real anti-colonial feel in the community. They do not want to be colonised ever again. And that's why you sometimes get anti-foreigner sentiment, because some places, like in Bali, for example, can sometimes feel like colonialism by stealth, when foreigners own all the businesses, employ all the workers, dictate how things are going to work, control capital, control land. So that's where some of that feeling comes from. That's a nice old building. Look at that one. Isn't that a beauty? Wow. Love this little village. Hello. Hello, Pak.
How are you?
Good.
Kabar?
Baik, Pak.
Baik. Dari mana?
Aku asli Australia.
Australia.
Bapak asli sini?
Banyuwangi. Jawa.
Jawa. Oh, bukan Osing?
Osing.
Osing juga.
Osing. Bisa bahasa Osing?
Tidak bisa, Pak.
Oh.
Tapi bahasa Sunda sedikit seletik.
Oh, sedikit.
Ya, seletik kalau bahasa Sunda. Aku 12 tahun di Bandung.
Oh.
Ya.
Bali.
Hello. Sekarang di Bali, tapi dulu di Bandung.
Bisa betik-betik ya.
Betik. Bapak pernah tinggal di Bali juga?
Oh, nenek ada Bali sana.
Oh, Bapak punya darah Bali juga sedikit?
Bukan.
Pendatang. Oh, pendatang. Oke, ya mari Pak. Ya mari ya. Very friendly people, my word. I was about... Oh, Banyu Charuk, what's this? Love this. Oh, a little mushola. It's like a little mosque there. And then we have a park around the back of it. Look at that. A little park in the kampung. Someone's education wall. Someone's painted that. Beautiful. Oh, it's all in English too. Oh, I am a clownfish. I am a seahorse. Seahorses. Oh, this is nice, isn't it? Ko aku. Nice. I can actually see a big mosque over there. That looks like one of those grand mosques, which I need to go to for sure, because that looks spectacular from the back here. Get past this rooster. Oh, there's a nice little kitten here. Hello. I'm scared. Permisi ya, Bu. Yeah. Oh, the river comes straight past here. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? Well, I think I've got a dead end there, unless I can get up the side there. Bu, kalau mau balik ke jalan raya, harus ke sini belok kiri. Terima kasih, Bu. Ah, nice area. Nice area. Oh, hello. Oh, that's a trap, isn't it? That's a trap. That's going to start biting. That must be the mother of those two kittens I saw, which were black ones as well. Well, that's a very cute one. That looks like a kitten itself. It looks so small. Let's keep going up this way. Really enjoying this place. It's beautiful. It's actually not far from Buka Puasa, which happens at the end of the day. So when the sun sets and the call to prayer goes out, and there you go, you can now eat again. Everyone knows the time exactly, because you're going to be starving by that stage, and everyone starts. Usually you'll start with a sweet thing. So as I said, you can start with a tajil, but often you'll just start with like a date. Dates are really popular. I think that comes from the Arab influence, doesn't it? And that's called korma. in Indonesian. Even this grey old wall has been beautified with a bit of pink and pastel colours there. As I get back, oh, look at that. Look at that old car. That is a Nissan Cedric. Didn't even know what one of those is. Ah, boy. Yeah. If I'm poking my camera in someone's house, I feel like I've got to say, oh, hello. Like, some guy's walking past filming your property. It's a bit rude, isn't it? Yeah. All right, so I'm getting back to the river again. I've just come around. So this is called, I can see a sign over there. It's called Kali Law Banyuwangi. And Kali is a word for river in Indonesian. Hello, how are you? So over there, Kali Law. Oh, it looks pretty nice over there. I might go across there. Have a look at this. That's nice, isn't it? Didn't know about this little place. Kali Law. So if you hear the word Kali, you'll know they mean river, but the more common word that you'll hear is sungai for the word river. Oh, that's nice. Actually, along the whole length of this river, they've built a boardwalk on both sides, and I reckon that is just beautiful and fantastic. You don't see that too often in Indonesia, and I love that. I love that they've done that. What's that guy fishing for? He's not doing that sort of magnet fishing that I've seen on YouTube, is he? I've just shouted out to that guy, and you will not believe what he's doing. He's searching for metal. He's got a magnet on the end of that thing, so he's throwing his magnet in and looking for metal. I've got to go and see this. I thought I was only joking. I thought he was fishing, but he's not. He's fishing for metal. Wow, that is pretty cool. Pak, biasanya dapat apa kalau cari besi? Biasanya dapat juga.
Enggak, ini baru coba ini. Enggak ada soalnya bersih.
Oh, kalau sungainya bersih pasti nggak dapat.
Ya, saya kan sering ini kan baru beli coba. Coba.
Kuat juga.
Ya kuat, tapi besi besar ngangkat.
Jadi kalau kayak gini,
ya
kuat juga. Oh ya. Oh, mana?
1 kilo ini jatahnya.
Oh, 1 kilo.
41 kilo.
Pak,
Bisa
dapat ide dari mana?
Lihat di YouTube.
YouTube, aku juga di YouTube.
Apa channelnya, Bang?
Sanur Diaries.
Sanur Diaries.
Ya.
Nanti tak follow ya.
Ya, makasih Pak. Ya, semoga sukses ya Pak. Ya. Oh, wait, he got onto YouTube and found it. That's an old sort of like a we're going to put a concrete block or a steel block in there, isn't it? There's actually, like, as I'm walking around here, there's so much I want to see. I'm actually supposed to be going out and meeting Susan to get a bite to eat for buka puasa, even though I don't puasa. I mean, it's just a good time to have something to eat. And, like, I'm just spending all my time just wandering around and finding these places. I love it. Sometimes you might wonder if I'm really just wandering into these places or whether I've got a plan. No, I was just acting. Oh, they are geese. And the path looks a bit busted up here, so I need to be careful. But yeah, the question of whether I really do stumble upon these or if I've Googled them first, well, I have a vague idea of where I want to get to when I go out walking. Oh, there's a duck in there. They are ducks. But hang on, they look like the same bird. No, they're geese, aren't they? But those ones I just saw over there, they're coming out the bottom here. Well, they look the same. No, they've got to be geese, don't they? Ini burung apa? Burung apa? Bukan burung. Burung? Angsa. Well, I do know the word angsa, but I thought the word angsa was the word for swan. But sometimes in Indonesian we get words that are used across different species. For example, the word for rat and mouse is virtually the same. It's tickles. So, you know, can't be too sort of selective. Anyway, getting back to the story about whether I plan these things, I generally have something in mind that I want to go and see. So tajil today, have that little bit of a bite to eat. I will be meeting Susan. And I do know some points of interest around the place normally. Yeah, I have researched in advance. Hello. But like stumbling upon all this sort of stuff, I mean, there's no way I can research it, and it doesn't, I don't know, the exploration doesn't really happen if you've gone and researched your whole journey first. So I just like to have a bit of a wander around. I'm going from my accommodation to a place, and if I stumble upon stuff, that's great. If I don't, what I do is I fall back on some of those places that I have Googled in advance. For example, I know the Alun-Alun is on the way to where I want to get the Tajil. Alun-Alun is usually the centre of town, a central park almost. Hello, Boom! So I will be going to the Alun-Alun because I reckon it's probably pretty cool as well, you know. It's just a matter of what sort of comes at you, you know, when you're making these videos. And it's sort of like my style anyway when I travel. I mean, I do sort of like to get out there and have a bit of a look around and see what's going on. And, you know, like for example, there is a shop over there called Ria Cassette. Now, that would have been a cassette shop back in the day, because I can see he's got old sort of music equipment across there. I like to see that sort of stuff, these old shops. These old, like there's an old shoe shop there from 1974, which is pretty interesting. That's what I sort of like to do, let that sort of come at me. And I think it makes a pretty good video as well. There's that big mosque that is called Masjid Agung Baitur Rahman Banyuwangi. Usually what happens in Java is that if you have an Alun-Alun, which is what this thing is here, this park area, you'll have a mosque next door, usually on the eastern side. That's the general thing, you know. And you can see here, the park area here looks quite beautiful actually. A lot of people are setting up their stalls for buka puasa. I'll just get in the other side of here. Hello, how are you? Oh dear. Yeah, a little bit busted up this park, but I actually like it. It's got a bit of a character to it, you know. It's not too polished. This is Indo style. Nice gardens though, aren't they? Look at this, beautiful. I think you can have a great time coming to a place like this and just walk around. Like I've been walking around for quite a while now, and I love it. Like, yeah, really nice. So Susan's supposed to be meeting me where we're going to get this tajil from, yeah. I can't even say the word tajil because it's got a K in it. Like it's spelt takjil, but you don't say the K. But I think you might have to sort of not just ignore it either. But anyway, so Susan's been on my case. What are we doing? Let's go. So I'm going to zip across now to get those tajil for sure. So I've now nicked across to a place called Pantai Boom, they call it. And it's sort of like the new trending place here. What I really love about it is that they've got these old warehouses along the foreshore. So we've got the foreshore over here. Yeah, they've got these old gedung. Yeah. And these old gedung. Hello, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good, good, good.
Hello.
There we go. So it says here, this is a protected building. That's nice, isn't it? So they've put restaurants in it. It reminds me of some of the areas down in Tasmania where they've got all those old wharf buildings and warehouses down there. And then over here, you have a crowd of maybe several thousand people all hanging out by the waterside, and they are going to buka puasa bareng, yeah? That means they're going to break the fast together. The thing that most people have in front of them right now is a sugary drink of some sort that I can see along here. Most people have got little sugary drinks, and as soon as they're allowed to, they'll be all sculling those for sure. And then they'll get stuck in some of the jajanan that's around here, some of the snacks. Let's go and find out where that is.
Hello.
I have a new friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your name?
My name is Luki.
Luki.
Yeah, Luki.
And your name?
I am
Habis.
Restu. All right, this is the market where all the food is. It's like jajanan. It's not like full meal type stuff. I mean, there's heaps of it. And if I go through all of it, it's like another video's worth of content just there. So I'll just show you generally what people are having. Like there are little drinks going everywhere with avocado. That person's doing martabak. Oh wow, martabak there, little pancakes, savoury ones. You've got a lot of sweet stuff going on, a lot of jeruk peras. Look at all those things, beautiful. Heaps of those. There with all the syrups, that's a classic one if you If you're buka puasa, you always have like a drink with syrup in it. It's just pure sugar. That's a pretty popular one to do. Hello, I'm noticing a lot of stuff on sticks at the moment. That seems to be the trend at the moment. Put all your food on sticks, like, I don't know, corn dog type style, or a Pluto pup. As a general rule, one of the best ways to try Indonesian food is during the month of Ramadan at these sorts of markets. They happen all throughout the country, even in Indonesia, even in Bali they happen. Hello. And then in Denpasar you can easily find these markets, and there's just such a vast array of foods that aren't always cooked or made, because some of them are very hard to make and time consuming, so you really want to make sure you've got enough customers before you go and make it. So yeah, this time of year, great time of year to try local foods, and especially because it's snacky. You know, if you buy something you don't really like it doesn't matter, just go and buy something else. Like, it costs you 5,000 or something. This is taking my fancy. That's kue lumpur, but they're a mini version. Kue lumpur, just almost like a custard that gets cooked in a pan. Oh, I'm getting chilly from somewhere, and it sets into a custard cake almost. They're pretty nice. I'm getting 10 for 20,000. I'm not going to eat them all probably. I'll just eat a few. I'm just going to have a bit of a snack. And then next door they have es temulawak. And I really like the idea of that. Temulawak is like I think they call it Javanese turmeric. It's like a very medicinally type drink. So an ice drink that's, yeah, has a very herbal flavour to it. So I'll give that a go too. I'm also getting a jeruk peras. So these oranges, they're green. Well, they probably should call them greens. They're a classic here in Indonesia, where you get the orange just for the purposes of squeezing it into a juice. Some of them are really sweet, some of them are a bit tart, different varieties. They'll add sugar to it if you want as well, or sometimes a bit of syrup. This one's just straight orange. I can see them making it. So I've got my temulawak, which is my medicinal herbal drink with a bit of sugar in there. Buka puasa is already in full swing. I've got my box of kue lumpur mini. I'll just try one of these. I mean, they are very hot, but they have a bit of a squishiness to them, what I really like. So the best description is it's like a stiff custard. It's not grainy, and it's baked as well. Oh, so good. You can choose to have it topped with whatever you want, really. I got chocolate on top, and the chocolate melts into a little bit of the custard on top there. Oh. Kue lumpur literally translates to mud cake, but it's totally different to an English style or a Western style mud cake. Absolutely delicious. Something that I think is one of the classic Indonesian cakes and desserts, and if you see it anywhere, make sure you try it out. I've really enjoyed checking out Banyuwangi today. It has exceeded all expectations and has been a little bit different to what I've experienced in the past. I don't know why that is. I mean, maybe the way I wandered around town today has just been a little bit of an eye-opener compared to previous times, and I really look forward to exploring the rest of Banyuwangi city, but also the outlying areas, and using this whole Banyuwangi Regency as a base to explore the rest of East Java. Loving it. Make sure you stick around for further episodes on East Java, and thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all things Sanur, the rest of Indonesia. I'll catch you next time, and Sampai Jumpa.